So, all right, let's go ahead and take a few minutes, tell you which quarterback streamers that we are on board with this week. And, there are some interesting names, especially Jason's.
Full stream ahead.
I like one of the reasons that you like this guy this week. The last reason you have listed on our show doc.
Yeah.
So talk to us about your stream of the week.
Okay.
I'm amazed that he's allowed to be your stream of the week. Let's just put it that way. But,
yes,
it is what it is.
But it is really true. He is available in the majority of leagues. He is available in almost 60% of leagues. You can go right now on your waivers and sign Tony Romo. He is a streaming candidate because in most leagues, you can stream him. Now, once you have him, you will probably keep him and probably play him. But grab him. He's one of the highest. He should be one of the highest waiver claims this week. If he's on your waivers, you should be checking him out. If you've got a great quarterback, I mean, we talked about handcuffing your running back position. Let's say you've got Aaron Rodgers and you like him. Normally we don't say, well, go get Jay Cutler and put him on your bench just in case. But Tony Romo is, when he's playing and he's healthy and he's got Dez healthy, which he does now. He's a top fantasy option.
What's the reason you put in there?
So here's what I got. He needs to win. The Dallas Cowboys need to win. He has Dez back. And the final one, which I think is what you're talking about, is he's Tony Romo.
Yeah.
Now, he's also playing against Miami, a winnable defense. So hopefully he can be the Kirk Cousins pick of last week this week.
Yeah, and just to highlight the kind of situation for Romo, he is eligible to return this week from injury, and it is expected he'll be back this week. We don't have confirmation yet. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he's not been marked active, but he was leading the practice squad last week, the scouting squad as a quarterback. They say the bone is completely healed. Everything said. I mean, I don't see him not playing, so much so that I made him my stream of the week. Yeah,
and I believe Ed Werder reported that he will play on Sunday against the Dolphins. So, yeah, stream of the week, Tony Romo from Jason. I'm cheating, okay?
I felt like I was cheating.
I know. I'm cheating a little bit too. My technical stream of the week is Matt Stafford, which is a painful thing to even say out loud. There wasn't a lot of options I love this week, but I do like him at home. He had a pretty good week last week. I like Golden Tate coming back this week. I think that game's going to be more prolific, and he was competent last week. So Matt Stafford is at home against Oakland. I don't mind that. They're coming off a big win, and obviously you've got Calvin Johnson involved in that. However, I want to mention Russell Wilson, okay, because he is owned in more leagues that made him, he wasn't eligible for the stream of the week, but he's not started in very many.
Right.
Okay, he was started in 39% of leagues. And so Russell Wilson's sitting on your bench. And so if he's sitting on your bench,
put him in the lineup.
And he's you're streaming quarterbacks. This is a week I love him. He's at home. They came off a tough loss against the Cardinals. He is facing San Francisco in Seattle. They give up the 11th most points to fantasy quarterbacks. I just think he has a baseline for you with his rushing attack, his legs.
Very safe play with a high ceiling. Which,
exactly.
I mean, what do you want more than that? And we have a stream of the week from Mike.
We do.
Did
you reach out?
No, but he put it in the doc, and that's for this week.
Oh, we do have one. Mike coming through with
Mike's saying Ryan.
The Disneyland pick.
Fitzpatrick says Houston could have an emotional letdown, and Fitz has been a steady but low-end number one quarterback. I love this. In fact, he mentions another guy. Fitzpatrick and this other guy were both in consideration when I chose Tony Romo, but the other guy is Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez is going to be at home. He gets Tampa Bay, a winnable matchup.
I don't mind it.
He could put up points. So if you're, a lot of these things, if you're in a 2-quarterback league, Mark Sanchez is definitely going to be on the wire.
So let's put these guys in order for the fun of it. Romo, Stafford, Fitzpatrick, Sanchez. How would you rank them?
Stafford. I would go Romo.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Stafford, Sanchez.
All right. Yeah, I guess I have to go. I still think Romo's the better pick there, so I'd go Romo, Stafford, Sanchez, Fitzpatrick myself. So some different streaming options for you. Obviously, last week was a big week with Kirk Cousins.
Pew, 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 pew. Those were his phasers.
His phasers, yes. Unfortunately for the world of the fantasy football world, the Saints aren't playing this week.
I know.
And so you can't just pick the opposing quarterback to the Saints. That was our cheat code.
Yeah, that was a
No, or
fun
at least it
cheat
was
code
for-
while it lasted.
It was for
You know,
Kirk Cousins.
But you know who you look to after that? Who's playing the New York Giants?
They're on bye. What about the guy playing the Browns?
I know, seriously.
Oh, they're on bye too?
Yeah.
All right, so that's our streams of the week. Like Jason mentioned earlier, tomorrow we have a really good show. We got some new segments we're introducing. We got our mailbag show. We're going to break down a ton of questions. This is crucial time right now for you and your fantasy team, and for me and mine. And by the way, I won again, and my 1-4 team is now 6-4.
I love that you started 1-4 because you have shown our listeners what we said all draft season, which is you don't win championships at the draft. You win them through the year, making good moves, playing to win, and you've really been an inspiration to me, Andy. You've really lifted me up, and I mean, not really because I'm 8-2, and I don't care about your foolishness, but
Yeah, I'm 6-4. I'll take it though. I'm in the playoff hunt. Also, we want to mention jointhefoot.com. Come hang out with us on our fantasy football community. Jason, you had said earlier you wanted to mention something in conjunction with Join the Foot.
Yes, I did, because we get questions asked all the time through the off season and through the season of like, how do you guys recommend getting in a fun league where people care, where people, want to play, and
Like the one you talk about on the
yeah,
air.
exactly. The leagues that make fantasy football. Well, this off season, this coming, once the season starts, we are going to start putting together with our Foot Clan listeners. We're going to put some threads on there to find and join leagues with fellow Foot Clan members. You really want to test your mettle? Get in one of these Foot Clan leagues. So you can go over to jointhefoot.com, become an official Foot Clan member, and
Support the show.
Yeah, it supports us. People
We're
ask
an independent
also,
podcast.
Yeah, they're like, how can we support you? We love you. We really want to help you out. That's our favorite way, because you join the community, you build this show up, you build the fans up, and we think you get a lot out of it as well. I think all of our patrons over there would say that they're happy. I hope.
Yeah. And then the truth is, they message us and they say, hey, I've been listening to the show all year. I believe I looked this up yesterday. I think we've put out 134 shows this year.
Whew, that's a lot of work. Do
Yeah.
work.
But they say, okay, can I make a donation or something to help the show? I just say, go to jointhefoot.com, join in with us, and then you're part of part of us. You're not just on the sidelines. You're part of the Foot Clan, and we're talking with you every week. We contribute on there. There's exclusive content on there. So, and like Jason said, we're going to get some leagues organized too, and that'll be a priority for our off season, which I don't even want to call it off season. It's like the preseason that begins right when the season ends.
Absolutely.
And then we're just in the next year. So
talk some dynasty.
Yeah. So that is it for today, Mike. We miss you in the mailbag singing portion of the show.
I'm still angry that he gets to be at Disneyland.
A few more days.
Yeah.
He'll be back with that big old beard. All right. See you guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.thefantasyfootballers.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.